Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do something that annoys most of the Volkswagen community. And that, well, I'm going to rephrase that. Most of the Volkswagen community that lives in a hot climate. And if you can see right here, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Alright, so this is not going to be an instructional video because honestly, I don't know what I'm doing. I've only done one headliner and that was 13 years ago and it didn't come out perfect. So by no means take my work here as an instructional because it is not. But I am going to bring you guys along with my project so you can hopefully learn from my mistakes and not make the mistakes that I make, and which I will show if I make any. So let's get started on it. Okay, so obviously I've been watching some videos on how to do this, but I noticed that a lot of people were struggling with getting the headliner out. Once they disconnected it from the actual roof and the car and whatnot, it was a matter of how do you get it out of the car. Most of them were taking it out this way, but in order to make the space, they were taking out this headrest, dropping the seat forward, and then this one, pushing it all the way forward and the seat back all the way down and making a little space right here in which they had to wrestle it and pull it this way vertically. I saw several videos of that and I said, you know what? Why don't I just disconnect the battery and take the seat out? Just take it out all the way and that would make life so much easier. If you want to do it this way, remember to disconnect the battery because there is an airbag attached to this. If the ignition gets power while that airbag is disconnected, you're gonna have to go to the dealer to get that programmed out. So yeah, don't do that. Always make sure that before you disconnect anything to do with the airbag, like the passenger seat, go ahead and disconnect the battery. By the way, if you see me use anything around the garage or anything of the stuff that I'm installing in this car right now, I will have all the links in the description. I do have an Amazon affiliate store. So if you guys buy anything through those links, I do make a little bit of commission that I use to put back into the channel. And it doesn't cost you anything in addition. So go ahead and take a look. All right, now look at all this space we have here. So when I go to take out the headliner, it should just be straight out this way with all this space here. Okay, now that we're here, we're gonna go ahead and remove all four of these grab handles. We're gonna remove the what do you call those things? The visors. And then I have to figure out how to remove this thing because I have no idea. And all the instructions that I've seen, they're a different style of this. So I don't know how that comes out. I'm gonna try to figure that out. Let's take that off. We're gonna take off this lamp, this rear seat lamp here, and then most of this should be good. Oh yeah, we're gonna have to pull off all the pillars in order to release the headliner, and then we're good. Okay, now that the grab handles are gone, let's go ahead and deal with the visors. So, these here, I notice that they have a little latch here, and also this cover here. So, okay, not a T25, it's a T20. Oh, and that's just a spring clip, kind of like the grab handles here. Okay, so if you have this style of overhead storage thing above that just has a storage pocket, not the sunglass holder, I started going around and I almost broke something here. I definitely broke a tab somewhere here. But I noticed that as I was pulling, coming around the perimeter here, that this was starting to move separate from this. So, okay, so this is separate. Here we go. So I went ahead and just worked around it, and here we go. Okay, so that's the trick then. Release the back part here, and then go around the front, releasing the tabs in the front, which are these tabs. And then the whole thing just sits there hinged on these here. Now you have full access to the two mounting bolts here. Well, what's funny is that as I kept messing around with these screws, and I was messing with the tab, this panel fell off. And I haven't even started working on that one yet. But yeah, okay, so that gives me more access. But I don't see any mounting screws on this side here. Sorry, so I'm going to go ahead and try to take this off and see if it comes off. We'll see. Alright, so I was able to take off the lens and the reflective stuff behind it here. That's what this stuff is. So now I do see that there are two mounting screws right above there. But the problem is that they are blocked by this beige plasticky thing. I do see that there's some areas here where I can stick a flathead and hopefully pry this whole thing down. Oh, there you go. Oh, nice. 3 connectors have to come off, and then this can come off. One. Okay, so this is the main power. This one here is for the microphone. I could not figure out for the life of me how to disconnect this, and I didn't want to spend that much time doing that. So what I did is I realized that this switch block is just held on by 2 spring clips on here, which are this and this here. So I just pried on this and released it. So there you go. Now this is free, and I can finally get access to mounting screws. Oh, okay. There's some spring clips here. There's that. There's those. Now what? So I released it on the sides with these spring clips here. I know it's hard to tell, but there's a spring clip here and a spring clip here. The front obviously is not being held on. Okay, I was just pulling on this, going around, and all of a sudden something gave way here. I don't know if I broke it, but I'm just gonna go for it. I'm with it. Nope. Oh man. There you go. I just need to continue pulling on it. Be very careful because that's your airbag right there. There's 3 clips that hold the A-pillar in place. One up here that I just released by just pulling up here. There's another one right here, and there should be another one somewhere around here. I just released them with a flathead, but again, be very, very careful with that airbag. You want to be very careful also, not only for the airbag, but also in case your screwdriver lets go and you're pushing forward, you know the glass windshield is right on the other side. So this is a very, just pay attention because you can absolutely damage the airbag and you can absolutely damage your windshield if you do it incorrectly. So be safe. Maybe using a trim piece tool instead of a steel flathead would be a good idea. Okay, I did have to remove this vertical piece here so I can give it some more wiggle space for the A-pillar here. In order to get this out, you do have to get the side of the dash out. So remove this, then this can come off, and then that gives you enough vertical clearance that you can do this, and now look at that. A-pillar's fully free now. All right, so the A-pillars are nice and loose. So now we gotta do the B-pillars. For these here, there is a T25 screw right here behind the airbag symbol. This is most likely going to break. You can buy new ones on Amazon, etc. So I'm gonna try not to break it, but don't be surprised if it does break. Hey, it did not break. Nice. You see it's still good. Okay, you need a deep 25, not a regular socket like this. You're gonna need something about this long on the actual shank here. So give me a second. I think this is a T25 here. Oh, that works. Oh yeah. You just need to pull it back enough to release the headliner in. There you go, that's all the space we need there. I think. We'll find out soon. And be careful because the end of the curtain airbag is sitting right here, so be very careful. Okay, so now the entire headliner is loose. Look at that. But except for here, this plastic frame is held on by two spring clips here, one here and one there, and I'm fighting to get that off. Once that's out, this thing is coming out. Oh, hello. Hello. I don't even see those. Okay, so not only is those look to be retainers, not spring clips, but there's something else way back there that I didn't even see the first time. But see there? I just have to pull on it. There's another one on this side. Oh man, what a headache. Ah! All right. Okay, got a little mess going on. Let me get you guys off to the side and watch what I do. Hello. Oh, come on, it's almost out. Let's go the other way. Ah. Huh. Steering wheel. That needs to move. Uh-oh. What is this thing? Oh, okay. We'll glue that back. So with the headliner laying out like this, there's the front seat, nothing there. Back seat down, so I don't have the headrest back here fighting me with this corner. All you have to do now is push this down. And then basically you're folding it. You're folding the entire headliner by pushing it down here so you can get it past that point, and then the whole thing is free. The front corner also has to be pushed down. There we go. Woo! Alright, so now the headliner is out. I do need space in the garage so I can clean it. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the seat back in place. I'm not going to bolt it on, but I'm just going to put the seat back, plug in all the connectors, so that way I can put the battery back on the car and roll it out to the driveway. Then I can work in here, not worry about getting all that dirt on the car. So now everything is connected and we can go ahead and put power back to the car and get it out. One thing I am highly going to recommend to you guys is whatever it is that you're going to mount your headliner onto while you're working on it, make sure that you clean that surface before you put the headliner on. Because you know, right now we're basically going to put this part on top of my sawhorses that I'm using, for example. But at some point, once I lay in the new fabric, I have to flip it then, and then the brand new fabric is going to be laying on top of this, so I can fold the new fabric over all these openings, right? And what can happen is that if you didn't clean this surface, when you finally finish and you're all excited because you're done with this, right? When you go flip it back, your brand new fabric now just picked up all the stains from whatever surface you just put this on. So think ahead and clean this now before you start working on this. Look at that. All of that could have been on my brand new fabric if I didn't clean this before. It's my tire brush. It's a hard bristle, so I'm hoping this is enough. again, this is just a regular tire brush, like a hard bristle tire brush, and it's working excellent. All right, guys, so the entire thing has been brushed down. All of this is nice and smooth now. Even on the dark spots, I mean, that's just discolored. This is all nice and smooth, not sticky. It's ready for the new fabric. So let me go ahead and just bust that out now and show you guys. I'm just trying to make sure that there's an equal amount of overlap at every corner, so that way when I'm laying it out, I don't come up on one corner that's too short. Let's try to get you a close-up look at the fabric. You see, it's very similar to the one that Volkswagen used. It's not exact, but I mean, honestly, it's a whole lot better than what you guys saw already, right? And I don't really mind these wrinkles at the moment because all the wrinkles are in the excess side. They're going to get cut off anyway, so that is the area that I care about, and that all looks good. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and lay down the adhesive only on half. I'll work that half and then the other side. Depending on the glue that you guys buy, the instructions may differ as to how long you need to wait before you actually lay it out, but something that's universal to all of them is that you lay it down not only on the headboard material itself, but also on the back of the headliner material, the fabric. But yeah, definitely always refer to the instructions of the glue that you are using. One more thing to note. I'm going to start with the front, but I'm going to spray the adhesive there, but I also need to spray the adhesive on the back of the fabric that's going to lay over there, right? At that point, this fabric needs to come this way, so I can spray, and then throw it over. Here's the thing, and this is a step that a lot of people will forget, is that when you have it laid over, it's obviously sitting on top of this side, but this side has the quote-unquote the pretty side facing out. If you are bad with your spraying, you're going to end up getting glue on your pretty side of your headliner when you come to do the other side. So what I'm doing is I'm folding it in that way. When I have all of this available to spray, I don't have to worry about getting any glue on the fabric side of the new headliner material. If you get it wrinkled, you can still pull it up a little, smooth it out. Just take your time with it. All right, so now I turned it over, and what I'm doing is that I'm cutting off the excess, as you can see, and then I'm starting to roll the bead over to the backside like this. This is a little too much. I'm gonna go ahead and cut down on it, but yeah, that's the idea. All right, so I just went around and I made all the holes for all the lights and all the grab handles and whatnot. And I cut off all the excess and laid it over all the edges. You see I've made some relief cuts here and there. And yeah, we're looking good. All right, well, there you go. I will give myself I want to say it's a B, maybe a B minus. So we're gonna go for low 80 points. Overall, good. This will absolutely work. Is it perfect? No. And I wasn't going for perfection. I just wanted something better because I knew I was going to be able to do perfection. But this was a whole lot cheaper than having to buy a brand new one from Volkswagen, which the last time I looked was over $600. Plus tax, you know, you do the math. This cost me maybe $80 for the fabric. And I mean, I think I want to say that the adhesive spray was almost the same price as the fabric. So I want to say it's maybe $70, $80. I'll put the links in the description of what I used. But yeah, I mean, overall, it stuck pretty well. There were some areas that did not stick, and that is user error. That's not on the material or the glue. That is me, because I don't know how to do this like a professional. You see here, for example, it didn't stick well. Same here. And also in this little indentation. But I think that once everything is in the car, I mean, you're going to see them, but they're not going to be standing out as much, you know? So I am happy with this. Okay, so with all that in mind, it's 11 o'clock now. I'm going to bed. Well, shower in bed, because, ugh. But we're going to pick this up tomorrow morning, and we're going to put it in the car. So I'll see you in a bit. All right, guys, so it's the next day, and it's hot today. Gosh, I can't wait for the fall weather. But take a look. I realized that there was a lot of bare metal on the roof shell, so I went ahead and put in some sound deadening material. It's the same stuff that I used when I put on the speakers and I had the door panels off. But yeah, take a look. I don't know if it'll make a difference or not, but you know what? I don't expect to have this headliner off any other time after this, so I might as well just go around. I used about a sheet and a half worth of material. We'll see. I did that. I did that again. Okay. What's there? Oh, warm. Yeah. Woo! It got a little scary when I was trying to bend this thing, but it got in. All right, so it's all in. We're gonna go ahead and start by putting in the clips in the back. There's 3 clips that are supposed to be here. There's one over there, and there's one in the middle. I lost the one in the middle. I have no idea where it went. I heard it hit metal, and I can't find it anywhere, so it's just gonna go on with those 2. Then I'm gonna work my way forward to try to make sure it secures itself. So I'm gonna start with that and work my way forward. Finally done. It took me, you know what, let's call it 8-9 hours. But that's because I was taking my sweet time and I was cleaning every single part as I was touching it. I wanted to make sure that everything was as clean as possible and I didn't break anything along the way. Unfortunately, I did break something. I'll show you in a second. But most importantly, check out the headliner. You know, not bad. I am very happy with how this turned out. And for the first time, I can finally see my rear lights from the front. Because typically the cloth would have been hanging down here, drooping, and I wouldn't even have seen it. So this is actually the first time that I'm ever seeing this in the, what, 11 years we've had this car? I am so happy with how this turned out. I mean, and you know, remember I did point out all the imperfections while it was out on the table. But look at this. When you're sitting here, you really can't tell. Like, I mean, if you look for it, yeah, sure, you'll see it, but overall, at least it looks even, so it's not like one side is sunken in, the other one isn't. That would stand out. This actually looks all right. All 4 tabs on this piece broke off. I just had it resting there to show you guys. But yeah, this thing had 4 plastic tabs and all 4 of them broke on me. So this is really the only thing that I have to replace. I can't find them, unfortunately, so it's not like I can try to re-glue them. So I'm just gonna have to look for a new one of these, sadly. But I mean, this is really the only victim. Everything works. So yeah, I'm really happy. All right, so remember, this video was not an instructional video, but I at least wanted to give you guys an idea of the mistakes that I made, but also the good things that I did, so that way you guys can get an idea of what you can accomplish on your own car and really save yourself a lot of money. Again, all this stuff that I used is going to be in the descriptions below. Some of those links are affiliated, so I'll make some commission. Does not cost you anything though. But yeah, I hope you guys find it useful, and if you did, hit the like button, consider subscribing, and like I always say, more projects coming your way. I'll see you next time.